Hi, I'm Irina Shayk and we're here in New York shooting cover for GQ Germany. Hope you're gonna love it. And I can't wait to see my cover. He's from Irina Shayk.
What if the woman the world calls perfect was never meant to live a perfect life? Before the luxury campaigns, before the football stadiums, before millions of people learned how to pronounce her name, Irina Shayk was just a girl from a forgotten mining town, a place where beauty was useless, dreams were dangerous, and survival came before hope. So how did she escape? Was it pure talent? Was it ruthless ambition? Or was it a series of choices the fashion world prefers not to talk about? Because long before Irina Shayk became a global icon, there were whispers about powerful men, about a sudden disappearance, about mentors who felt betrayed, and about a reputation that followed her quietly even as her fame exploded. Later came the most public relationship of her life, 5 years beside one of the most famous men on earth. And when it ended, millions turned their backs on her overnight, as if her worth had been borrowed, not earned. This is not a fairy tale. This is not a clean success story. This is the story of a woman who fought her way out of poverty, stepped into scandal, survived judgment, and paid a price few people ever see. So the real question is not how Irina Shayk became famous. The real question is this: what did she have to sacrifice to get there, and why does the world still seem uncomfortable with the answer? Before she became Irina Shayk, she was a girl growing up in a Russian mining town few people ever leave. She was born in 1986 into a modest family. Her father, Valery, worked as a miner. Her mother, Olga, was a music teacher. When Irina was 14, her father died of lung cancer at just 40 years old. From that moment on, survival replaced stability. Money disappeared quickly. After school, Irina and her sister helped their mother grow vegetables to feed the family. Potatoes, cucumbers, tomatoes. It was not a story of inspiration. It was necessity. Yet even then, Irina stood out. Her darker skin tone, inherited from her father's Tatar roots, and her mother's striking eyes, made people assume she was foreign. Later, many would mistake her for Brazilian. Irina always explained it simply: genetics, not mystery. Inside the home, discipline ruled. She studied music, played the piano, and did well in school. Quiet, focused, controlled. But beneath that calm surface lived an intense desire to escape. She cared deeply about appearance, even when there was no money. Friends remembered that she always tried to look polished, as if she already belonged somewhere else. One moment captured that hunger perfectly. As a teenager, Irina wanted a pair of high-heel shoes her family could not afford. So she worked painting the walls of a local hospital for 20 days straight, just to earn enough to buy them. Not for fashion, for symbolism, for the feeling of becoming someone else. When classmates mocked her thin legs, calling them sticks, she did not retreat. She answered with certainty. One day, she said, this body would make her famous. One day, it would make her money. Strength also ran in the family. Her aunt, Galina Shayk-Islamova, a former Red Army intelligence officer, was known for her courage. Before her death, she said Irina would have survived even in wartime. Irina later called her my angel. Long before fame or scandal, the foundation was already set. A childhood shaped by loss, a home ruled by discipline, and a girl who believed staying meant disappearing. Opportunity did not arrive with glamour. It arrived by accident. One day, Irina's mother noticed an announcement at a bus stop advertising training for young women. She brought Irina's sister to meet a manager, but next door was a modeling agency, and the staff noticed Irina instead. They chose her immediately. In 2004, Irina won Miss Chelyabinsk. She was only 18 when she left for Moscow, carrying little more than ambition and a belief that this was her one chance out. Agencies began investing in her, teaching her how to walk, pose, speak, survive. This should have been the clean beginning of a success story. Instead, it became the first controversy. According to Svetlana Klemenko, founder of the agency Exclusive, Irina was not just a talented discovery. She was also, in Klemenko's words, the most painful case of betrayal she had experienced in 25 years. The accusation was explosive. Klemenko claimed Irina had become involved with a wealthy older man, someone nearly twice her age. The agency confronted her directly and gave her a choice: commit fully to modeling and build a career, or stay with the rich sponsor and abandon the profession. Irina denied everything. She cried. She asked which man they were talking about. She insisted she wanted to work. They believed her. The agency bought her ticket to Moscow. A car arrived the next day to take her to a partner company. Irina never got in. According to the story, she left instead with the older man. Her phone was turned off. She disappeared. Klemenko described the incident as a scandal that humiliated the agency. She admitted she lost control and insulted Irina, calling her a disgrace. Then came another shock. Klemenko claimed she received a threatening phone call from the man Irina had gone with. Another industry figure, Elena Yermolaeva, later confirmed that Irina had a brief affair with a Moscow businessman, and that through him, she was able to travel to England to study the language. The businessman never commented. The truth was never fully clarified. But the damage was done. Before Irina Shayk had even stepped onto the international stage, her name was already surrounded by whispers about money, about power, about shortcuts. Yet her career did not end. It accelerated. After Moscow, Irina Shayk entered the international fashion circuit. Paris was supposed to be the proof that she had made it. Instead, it nearly broke her. She arrived young, alone, and unprepared. She did not speak French. She had no real support system. The city that sells dreams offered little comfort behind closed doors. Irina later admitted that there were times she had almost no money, sometimes not even enough to eat. This was the phase the public never saw. No red carpets, no headlines, just castings, rejection, and isolation. Many models disappeared at this stage. Irina did not. She learned quickly. She adapted. She kept working. Slowly, the bookings came. Editorials, lingerie, campaigns. She became the face of Intisimisi, a turning point that gave her stability and international visibility. Soon after, she broke a major barrier by becoming the first Russian model to appear on the cover of Sports Illustrated. But even success came with resistance. Irina faced serious difficulties obtaining a visa to the United States. It was suggested that her surname, Shayk Islamova, and its Muslim origin raised red flags that threatened to block her entry altogether. Once again, her identity became an obstacle she could not control. Still, she pushed forward. By 2009, she signed a major contract with Guess. In 2010, she became the face of Armani Exchange. Magazine covers followed, runways followed. At that point, Irina Shayk was no longer an experiment. She was established. Yet, the whispers never fully stopped. The early scandal, the rumors about powerful men, the idea that her rise was too fast, too smooth. Whether fair or not, those doubts clung to her image, even as her career reached new heights. Irina had survived Paris. She had survived hunger. She had survived invisibility. But the most public chapter of her life was still ahead. By the early 2010s, Irina Shayk had proven she could survive fashion on her own. But real fame arrived when she stepped into the public eye beside Cristiano Ronaldo. For 5 years, their relationship dominated headlines. Stadiums, red carpets, magazine covers. Irina was no longer just a supermodel. She was part of a global spectacle. Her visibility multiplied. Her name reached audiences far beyond fashion, yet the spotlight came with a narrative she could not control. Critics claimed her rise was tied to powerful men. Supporters argued she had already earned her place long before the relationship. The truth mattered less than the perception. Fame simplified her story into something easier to judge. When the relationship ended, the reaction was brutal. Reports suggested tension with Ronaldo's family, especially his mother, who allegedly disapproved of Irina's constant travel and career-driven lifestyle. Nothing was officially confirmed, but the rumor alone shaped the aftermath. Almost overnight, Irina reportedly lost around 11 million social media followers. Nearly 3/4 of her audience vanished, not because of scandal, not because of failure, but because the relationship was over. It was a public lesson in conditional admiration. Her value in the eyes of many had been attached to a man. When that connection disappeared, so did their loyalty. But Irina did not retreat. She continued working, continued booking major campaigns, continued appearing on the world's biggest stages, quietly proving that the attention might have arrived through love, but her survival never depended on it. Irina Shayk did not vanish when the attention faded. She stayed. After the breakup, after the headlines cooled, after millions stopped watching, her career continued. Campaigns, runways, editorials. The fashion industry never closed its doors to her. And that is the truth people struggle with. Her story refuses to be simple. She is not a fairy tale, but she is not a scandal either. She came from poverty, survived loss, faced rumors before she had power, and learned early that ambition in women is rarely forgiven. Some still question how she rose. Others look at how long she has lasted. And longevity tells its own story. Irina Shayk did not borrow success. She did not collapse when approval disappeared. She built something that survived judgment. Not perfect, not innocent, but undeniably enduring. That is her legacy.